Yo, what is up everyone? It is me, Leafin August, and today I have been asked a question many times, and I've given the same answer recently for the most part, almost every time. And that question is how do I make coins right now? How do I make my coins? Now, I'm not one of those kids who instinctively knows how to age flip or uses a mod. Um, but I play Hypixel Skyblock completely unmodded, which, in my opinion, gives a much more, I don't know, genuine experience, because it actually takes skill to get things. Imagine. But anyways, not to roast all y'all that do use mods. I mean, they're allowed, so you do you. But anyways, I've gotten pretty far, if I do say so myself. I've got some nice stuff here, just to show that I know what I'm talking about. I can flex my random armor sets. Yeah. So, anyways, I've progressed quite far, but with all that progression, how do I now make my coins? So here's a short tutorial, not so short tutorial, and that I meant to do that. Uh, anyways, here's a not so short tutorial on how to lava fish. Actually, correction, not lava fish, wormfish. Because yes, they are two completely different things. So anyways, first things first, in order to be able to wormfish, you need, let's go to the sea creature guide, right around here. Fishing 19, under requirements it says fishing XIX. So you also have to, you can only find them in the Crystal Hollows or the Precursor Remnants, and they are fished from lava. They are the only mob in that area that is fishable from lava. And they drop rough sapphire gemstones, an eternal flame ring, and a worm membrane. But not always one of each. So, yes, it is best to have pretty much as high of a fishing level as you can get to do this, but you have to have at least fishing 19. The other thing that you're going to want to try and max out is your sea creature chance. Currently, I have 24 sea creature chance because of my beacon and because you get 20 base, but if you have the right armor, which is shark armor if you're fishing 24 or above, diver's armor if you're 21, I believe, or above, and before diver's armor you can get sponge armor, I believe it's 17, salmon armor if you don't have 17 yet, and if you cannot use salmon armor, then you must use angler armor, which I believe you can use at any fishing level. But because I do a fair amount of fishing, if I do say so myself, yeah, I use shark armor. One good way to level up your fishing is to use minions, which I don't, but you probably should because it's faster. Clay minions give a ton of fishing XP, and so do fishing minions, which, may or may not go without saying. I just look like a mouth here. Alright, this is, yes. Anyways, the next thing that you're going to want to try and do to max out your sea creature chance is get a good rod. Now, this is currently the best rod for sea creature chance, the Rod of the Sea, and I, of course, am a little, extravagant on how much I max it out. But expertise is also really good for helping with sea creature chance. It's something you can buy from the bits shop with bits you get from booster cookies, or you can probably buy it on the auction house as well. Next thing is your pet. Yeah, pet. I use an ammonite pet because I have maxed mining and Heart of the Mountain. But if you don't, then I would recommend using a dolphin pet, because those are very helpful. Typically, epic rarity is usually pretty easily obtainable for anyone. But yeah, so and this is the armor that I have. Legion is good on fishing armor for when you go to the Winter Island to Yeti fish, but really, I don't think Legion is that important for worm fishing. I mean, if there are other people there, yeah, it'll boost it a little bit, but honestly, I don't think it makes that big of a difference. Another thing you can do to get a little bit more sea creature chance is to visit someone's island who has all of the cakes. the century cakes, that is, and eat those, because one of them gives sea creature chance. I believe it is the Sea Emperor century cake, which is this blue one right here. Yep, +1 sea creature chance, and then, you might as well eat the rest. Alrighty, so let's go back to, actually, let's go to the mines. Why is getting worm membranes, well, worm fishing so good? Well, you may or may not have seen on that drops list, there's something called the worm membrane, which drops approximately 20% of the time, or so I've heard. And that seems about accurate, which, this number is actually not increased by Magic Find, but it is increased by looting. So, don't do what I did and use a one-for-all dataless axe for a while, because that actually cost me like hundreds of millions of coins. But anyways, now why are worm membranes good? Well, they're used for something called a gemstone chamber. You need 100 worm membranes, 1 gemstone mixture, and 25,000 coins. And that makes 1 gemstone chamber. Why are gemstone chambers good? Well, they kind of sell for 10 to 11 million coins in the auction house. Let's, chamber. Yeah. So, I'd say that's pretty good. So, but anyways, this is all just goes to show why the worm membranes are 85,000 coins on the bazaar each. So anyways, now how do you obtain these worm membranes? Well, as I said before, you kill the the flaming worms that you can fish up in the precursor remnants. But sometimes, it can be hard to find lava in the precursor remnants. So let's just give you a couple tips on how to find lava in the precursor remnants. Now, the criteria for something to be in the precursor remnants, or the criteria that you have to meet in order for something to be considered inside of the precursor remnants, is that it has to be above X, I believe it's 512. I can double check that though. Let's see. Let's go X in the positive direction. I think that's this way. Just dig through the wall a little bit. Now, out of my way. Out of my way, treasure chest. There we go. Goblin Queen's Den. Oh, fun. Get a little shortcut. Whee! And it would be very, very useful to be able to insta-mine hardstone, so that you can make finding the worm fishing spots that much more efficient. Because honestly, that's gonna take up a lot of the time, is just finding a spot. It usually takes me 10 to 15 minutes, but can take as long as like half an hour to an hour. Anyone got worm fishing cords? This is almost always one of the fastest ways to find worm fishing coordinates. Chat A / P leave around as a party. I have my mole perk turned off because, why not? But A, precursor remnants, here we go. But where did that change? 511, 512. 512 is the Crystal Hollows, which is like the 1 block space in between the 2 areas. Hey, somebody does have lava fishing cords. So yes, it's X 512 or above, Y 64 or above, and Z 512 or above. That is what is considered the precursor remnants. Now, even if the area shows up as Kaza Dum, which is where Bow spawns, you can still wormfish there as long as it's within the coordinates that I gave. So, and this has a goblin area for some reason, but this is still considered the precursor remnants, of course. Die, peasant. I'm so laggy. Yeah, when I said I played unmodded, I also played without Optifine, so yeah, it can get somewhat painful on occasion, I'm not gonna lie. But anyways, now let's go to the worm fishing cords that person gave, so I can show you how to set up a worm fishing spot. There we go, just go around the city. He said 723, 778. Wait, what is it? Okay. 723, 778. Let's go this way. But if nobody has coordinates, one of the best ways to find worm fishing cords is to go down to Y65 and just mine around. Mine in a straight line for a while, and then turn at a 90-degree angle when you hit the boundary of the coordinates that I gave. Or of the area that I gave. So anyways, let's just go this way, it looks like. Yeet. Oh, come on. Yeet. Oh, hello, Mr. Automaton. You can die now. I'll open that treasure chest. Alright. No. Wait. Alright, here we go. Alright, let's just, double check the coordinates. Alright, 723, 778. Let's go. Whoops, that's the wrong way. My sense of direction is amazing because I play on maximum possible sensitivity. Don't judge me. Alright, 723. Or so, 778, so we're going to need to go this way, and we're going to want to go up a little bit. Probably. Oh no, we're going to actually have to go down a little bit. And then we're going to have to go in a disorderly direction. As you can see, I'm no longer in the precursor remnants because I'm on Y63. And it actually does not matter where you are standing, it matters where the lava is. So if you go stand in the lava, that's where, the area that it shows right there is where the, oh, this is one of the best places. So there are a lot of different places that the lava will spawn. This one specifically is really good because of the fact that no yogs spawn here regularly. So this one's really nice. Now let me show you how I at least set up a lava fishing spot. Now let's see. I guess I'll just use this lava pool. So this is one way to set it up. Really, the most important part is you have a 2-block deep space and 2-block long space for the worms to go in after you fish them up. I actually prefer to be on the level of the lava, and so actually I'll set it up right here so that I'm blocking off as little lava as possible. Let's see, right there, right there. I like to have a 1-block barrier, or buffer, around my lava blocks so I can see the fishing particles coming. And then you also need a 2-block high ceiling. Oops. Boom, that should do it. I could fill in this lava, but I'd rather not. Honestly, I prefer to fill in as little lava as possible, because, you know, you never know when some random non will come around and start blocking up lava sources. So I got my fishing armor on, I got my rod. I do not quite have the area set up yet, so let me turn off my mole perk, actually, because that usually gets annoying. You can turn that off just by right-clicking it right there. As you can see, someone else has come to lava fish here because somebody gave coordinates. Lava fishing is really good. So, yeah, there's that. Like I said, 80k coins per thing. So, alright, that looks about right. So then you equip your pet. I prefer actually using an auto pet rule, because I can afford it. But if you can't, then don't worry about this. But when I gain fishing XP, I have my squid equip, and when I throw my fishing hook, I have my ammonite equip. That will give me the most possible fishing XP that I can get each time I get fishing XP. So, here we go. So you just toss your rod into the lava, and this is a lot easier on 1.8.9, because you can, the bobber will actually float on the lava. You can see these black particles come over to it, and then when just like regular fishing, when they get to your rod, then you fish up the fish, and of course, because I have a really nice sea creature chance, I got a flaming worm. So you sit here doing this, you leave your worms there, typically, unless like some random comes around and starts mining towards your area, in which case you probably want to kill them off so that they don't do it and mess it up or whatever. Because I think when somebody else kills your worms, it has a much lower chance of dropping membranes, but I'm not certain about that. But anyways, you sit here for about 5 minutes or so, fishing up worms, and occasionally you'll get a magma cream like I just got there, and you'll also sometimes get blaze powder, enchanted nether wart, enchanted blaze powder, and coins, although it's usually more coins than you get from regular fishing. You get approximately 10 to 20k per coin you fish up, coin stack you fish up. So let's just keep going here. I'm not going to go for the full 5 minutes, I'm just going to do it now. Or do it for a little bit just so you can see the concept. Once you get fairly good at it, like you can keep an eye on the screen without really paying attention to it, you can do other stuff like watching anime and just surfing YouTube, surfing the net. Like you can virtually AFK this as long as you have the screen in the corner of your eye. You'll miss a few if you're not fully paying attention, but honestly, that kind of outweighs the just dullness of lava fishing for me. Another thing you can do, sort of, is look at the bazaar, sell stuff, and buy stuff. But once you get higher fishing speed, you will not be able to do that as much. And if you're not cookied, then that's not really an option either. So, oh, and you can also find different baits and stuff by lava fishing, just like in normal fishing. But you won't get annoying things like music discs or, what else can you get? Like fairy armor, which actually drops from the witches, but still fills up your inventory. It's nice because you only get this one sea creature, and it has a 1 in 5 chance of dropping something worth almost 100k. So, as I said before, sea creature chance is extremely, really important here. It'll definitely affect how much money you make, or how many coins you make. But this is a setup that you're going to want. If there isn't as much space, then I would... Then you can also just go like this. This works too. Whoops. This works as well. But I prefer to have that 1 block buffer so that if I'm like glancing over at like whatever anime or YouTube I'm watching, then I have a little bit of time that I can see the black streak coming, or the particles coming, and be prepared to fish it up without having to think too much about it. Or having to look too hard, because sometimes they can come in really quick. So, yeah. Another thing that you might want to take into account, actually, I'm not so sure that this makes a difference as of the latest update. When they fixed they made a bunch of QOL bug fixes, like, the lobby's not displaying the right number, it's like displaying a number in the trillions or something like that, and then they also lengthened the amount of time that a lobby lasts. But, sometimes if you are in a place with lava in the precursor remnants, and there are andesite or really anywhere in the Crystal Hollows, and you mine an andesite or diorite block, it will respawn over a little bit of time. This also happens with stuff like crystals. So you really cannot make a lava fishing spot if there's like crystals around, like surrounding it, because they'll just respawn and you'll get messed up every time. So really, it's not worth the effort. You might as well just find a new lava fishing spot. So as you can see, I got 8 worm membranes there, which is actually pretty good. 8 of 24 is a 33%, 33% drop rate. Although looting, like I said, does affect it, so I think looting 4 gives, I can actually prove the math here, this is nice. Looting 4, I'll just go looting. And consumables, looting 4 right here, gives us, boosts it by 60%, so 60% of 20% is 12%. So that's about a 32% chance of dropping it if you have looting 4 on your on what you use to kill the worms. So, as you can see, extremely close. So, yep, that is how you wormfish, and as I was saying about the andesite and diorite, that will respawn similar to crystals, or gems, veins, gem veins? I don't know, something like that, but whatever. That's what I think that's what they're called. But, I didn't actually really finish elaborating on rods earlier. Honestly, if you cannot afford or if you don't have a high enough fishing level for the Rod of the Sea, then I would recommend getting a shredder or a rod of, what was it? It was Rod of Champions? Rod of Legends. Rod of Legends, that's what it is. Personally, I prefer the shredder because, I don't know, it's really nice, and you can use it for fishing other stuff, and it does a lot of damage. Let's see, where is it? Oh, I think I left it in my museum. L. But anyways, yeah, Shredder does a fair amount of damage and stuff. Rod of Champions is what you'd get before Shredder if you don't have a high enough fishing level for Shredder. Before that would probably be Rod of... what is it? What is the one before Rod of Champions? Why can't I remember this? Recipe book. Fishing recipes. Challenging Rod. Right. So just a bunch of lily pads surrounding a fishing rod. Because Challenging Rod will give you 2% sea creature chance, which is, I believe, the most of any just default fishing rod. Yeah. So I'd probably go Challenging Rod. Then if you can use Rod of Champions, I'd go with Rod of Champions. If you can use Rod of Legends, I'd honestly kind of prefer the Shredder, but like, yeah, I guess it's up to you. And then, of course, you can upgrade the Rod of Legends to the Rod of the Sea with that somewhere. I don't know, it's somewhere. I think it's under Fishing Collection Lily Pads. Maybe not, I don't know. It's something like that, okay? Don't question it. It's logic. You can look it up on the wiki, alright? I'm not a genius. I don't have 5 brain cells. I only have 3. But, anyways, if this helped, please be sure to, I'm trying to remember if there's anything I forgot before I close this out. Also you're gonna want a gemstone sack, which I have right here, because you will get, rough, sapphire gemstones, as you saw when I listed off its possible drops, and you don't want your inventory to get full of those. So, yeah, I recommend doing that. But other than that, yeah, it should be it. The difference between lava fishing and worm fishing. Right, that's a thing. So, this is worm fishing, which is a thing that makes a lot of money. Now, lava fishing is when you fish in lava that is in the magma field. So this, as you can see, is in the precursor remnants. Barely, it's only a Y68, but that's, you know, most of the lava in the precursor remnants is barely in the precursor remnants. But if you're fishing in lava that is in the magma fields, you'll be able to fish up things like lava blazes and lava pigmen. Now that is lava. If you're fishing up those, that is called lava fishing, which is different, like I said, from worm fishing, in that you're not fishing up worms, you're fishing up those lava mobs. But, now those lava mobs are good for fishing XP, but you have to be a higher fishing level, fishing 20 and 22 respectively. I can actually show that, I believe. Lava pigmen, you need fishing 22, lava blaze, you need fishing 20. Now these drop a pretty nice amount of fishing XP, but I mean, you can already be fishing up flaming worms. It's just, I would say that until you get fishing, at least fishing, I think 21 is what Diver's Armor is, then I would probably try and get your fishing level up before worm fishing, because Diver's Armor is really helpful, stats-wise, for sea creature chance, and I can show that. Diver's Armor. Because each armor piece gives 2 sea creature chance, whereas Sponge Armor gives only 1.8. Now this shark scale armor typically gives 2.5, but when you get to shark scale armor, I would recommend reforging it to submerge as soon as possible, because that will give you an extra almost 1 secret chance per armor piece. So again, it's all about maxing out your sea creature chance, because you want to be catching more of those flaming worms and less of the magma cream or blaze powder or whatever you're fishing up if you're not fishing up a sea creature. So yeah, that's how you wormfish, and how you make I don't know. I make about 12 million coins an hour, 10 to 12 million coins an hour doing this, but with a slower fishing speed and sea creature chance, you obviously will not make as much, but you'll still be able to make a fair amount of coins for doing so. So yeah, I hope this helped. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to leave a like, and whoops, I did not mean to do that. Leave a like, and you know, subscribe if you want to see more. And oh, also, please don't kill off other people's worms. It's really unnecessary. You're not gonna be able to pick up the drops. You're not gonna get fishing XP for it. It's honestly just kind of a dick move. So I would ask politely that you please don't do that. Also, don't fill up lava source blocks, because a lot of people want to lava fish. It's really nice for money and coins and money and give me money. But yeah, anyways, so please do be polite. This is the Crystal Hollows. We are a mining server. This is a mining community. So even though we're fishing, you know, this ain't dungeons. Don't be toxic, kids. All right, later.